Good morning and welcome back to This Week in Dioramas. I am your host, TechChucker. If you aren't familiar with how this show operates, every week I go through Instagram looking for the coolest looking dioramas and I showcase them right here on the show. If you would like to be showcased in a future episode, all you need to do is upload your diorama pictures to Instagram and tag them with the hashtag This Week in Dioramas. We got an awesome showcase lined up for you this week as always, but before we do that, what do you think of the new logo? I'm super excited about this new logo and even more excited about the new merch. I'll give you a little bit of information further into the episode during the showcase on how you can get new This Week in Dioramas merchandise. And just so you know, I've slashed the price. I figured out how to get the prices lower. So hopefully that will entice a few of you to go grab some new This Week in Dioramas gear. Also, make sure you go to the Diorama HQ Facebook page. We're now at about 4,500 members. That's pretty freaking sweet. So go join the group if you haven't already, and go check out the sculpting challenge video. I'm challenging everybody to a sculpt off, and we've already seen a couple of entries come in, and they're pretty darn awesome. So get in on the fun. Challenge yourself. Go watch the video. I'll have a link in the description. There will probably be a link up somewhere as well that you can click on. After you watch the episode, you can go check out the rules and how you can get involved. Basically, you are going to hand sculpt a fire hydrant that's 1/12 scale. That's all the information I'm going to give you because there's a whole video that explains it. We are here though for a showcase of dioramas, so let's just jump right on into it. All right. Buckle up because we've got some really awesome pieces to showcase this week. Starting off with Boba Chuck, we've got the Mezco 1/12 Collective Union Gomez. So his inspiration behind the photos were his late grandfather George, true blue collar working class man. This is just really cool. So I haven't been following the Mezco stuff, especially the Gomez figures. So I can only assume this is a new release that they put out not too long ago. And I've seen a bunch of them come up in my feed lately. And this one really, or this set of pictures from Boba Chuck really just caught my eye. And obviously it also caught Mezco's eye, which is pretty awesome that they're coming out and liking what some of you are doing, which is so cool. So congrats, even just for having a like and a comment from the manufacturer. That's always awesome. But this is really cool. So the diorama piece number one, I love the brickwork. I love the ambiance that you've got here. You always do such fun pictures, and that's what I'm really gravitating to. There's some great accessories. I don't know what accessories are from Mezco and what are from you. I just know that this looks awesome. I love the diorama piece. I love the window. It just looks super fun. Wow, just awesome. And yeah, I can't be any more impressed. So let's go back. This thing is a boombox, but it's also like a toolbox, which is pretty freaking sweet. I'm digging that. So great job on this piece. The diorama looks awesome with the little, pieces of concrete, asphalt and whatnot. Just wondering if you made the sign or if that came with the figure. Again, I need to go do some more research because I'm just too in the dark, but I already started recording, so that's what we're gonna do. Another person who's getting a little bit of notoriety or attention is Oak Hill Studios. So I saw this post was actually reposted by Woodland Scenics on their Instagram, and I was going to showcase one of your other works today, and when I saw this one, I'm like, ooh, this one's really cool. I got to showcase this. So this was inspired by the Dark Tales of the Brothers Grimm, and this piece is just really cool. If you're not familiar with Oak Hill Studios, you need to familiarize yourself with them because it's just such great work. So it's very, very small scale, but lots of great detail. And I think this is just covered in detail. Look at this. It's some gnarly looking tree or the house from what's her name? It's the Hansel and Gretel, I think is what this is from. Okay, my own interpretation from the story The Hut in the Forest. The story tells a prince cursed by an evil witch who is forced to live secluded in a dark forest with only a cow and 2 chickens. His appearance is changed to an old man. Okay, so I'm way off on which story this is from. Next time I just need to read, I guess. This looks awesome. I love all the details. Look at the moss on here. This little window with the twigs that are becoming the window pane things, or the whatever that's called. I forget what it's called. This is just so incredibly impressive looking, and I love how you've packaged it into this kind of like circle base, but it's all Dio. There's details just everywhere. It's so impressive. You guys just nail it every single time. Look at that. It's kind of like rock, but it almost looks like it could be bark as well, and that I'm just so impressed with it. It's got a little light in the door. So cool. So great job on this piece. Congrats on getting some recognition from Woodland Scenics. That's definitely very much deserved. So great job. Can't wait to see more from you in the future. All right, this next one coming from City Folk Studio. I don't think we've showcased anything from you before. Recent commission, 1/48 scale New York City apartment building, and this is really cool. So I've seen some kits that you can buy that are very similar to this. So I have a question if this is a kit or not. It looks awesome. The paint apps look great on it. I love all the details throughout this. It just looks so impressive. I love the little brick wall that you've got here, and there's a little wrought iron gate. So some of these pieces, especially when there's not a ton of information in the post, I don't know how much is hands sculpted, if this is scratch built, or if it's from kits, because there are kits that look like this, but this could very well be fully scratch built. So I'm not claiming anything other than this looks awesome. I love the details with the little bits of leaves that are strewn throughout here. They've blown in from somewhere. The details on the facade of this building looks awesome. If you look closer, you can see there's something in some of these windows. We've got a little AC in this one. That is great. Tons of great details that just bring this thing to life. So awesome job. You guys knew it was coming. You knew I was going to interrupt the showcase. And here it is. You can get this sweatshirt, this exact sweatshirt with the new This Week in Dios logo. Go to techchucker.creator-spring.com to get to my gear store, and you can grab this cool sweatshirt. Now, I think this thing is really awesome. I was walking around here in Minnesota, and I saw tons of people wearing the North Face shirts, and I thought, oh, I could turn that into a Dio shirt. And so I did. I turned this thing into a brick wall with a little bit of damage there, and I thought, I bet you I could make that into a shirt. Sure enough, I went and got myself this sweatshirt. So this is the classic pullover hoodie. It is this one right down here. It's really soft. It's very, very soft, and it's definitely a nice high quality material. So they're not making these shirts and whatnot. I'm sure they're buying them from somebody, and probably everybody buys the same stuff, but this is a really soft, it's navy. I think it's great. So I hope that you guys think it is great too. Hopefully, the fact that I was able to figure out how to drop the prices considerably will also be kind of enticing. If you're not interested, that's okay too. There's no obligation for you to go buy anything. But if you are interested, by all means, come to my store, check out what I've got. I've got a couple of designs. I got the old TechChucker logo design. Drop that as low as it possibly can go to $15.98. The North Dio shirt, $17.98. There's a women's, this maple tee, which is $24.98. I have no idea why the women's t-shirt is so much more expensive. Supposedly it's because it's shaped differently. I don't know. But I think the best value really is the North Dio pullover, classic pullover, which is what I'm wearing right now. $30.98. You can't go anywhere, it seems, and get a hooded sweatshirt for less than 40 or 45 bucks United States money. United States money? Yeah, we'll go with that. But you can also get last year's design, which is, I think, or maybe it's 2 years ago's design, $16.98. I think that's a steal for a t-shirt. We've got a couple other designs here as well. How to build a Dio, make mine 112. I kind of like that one. I should buy one of those at some point myself. I have to buy them too. I don't get them for free, which is a bummer. And you're basically, you're getting these almost for the same price that I have to pay when I'm getting them. So if you see anything that you like, by all means, go buy one. If you're not really digging the shirts, there are other things that you can get. You've got this water bottle, you've got a pint glass, you've got a couple of different mug options. We've got this one here, and then this tumbler and t-shirt again. We've got the premium pullover hoodie, comfort tee. We've got a stainless water bottle. I think this one looks really cool. We got the women's shirt, this mug, a wine tumbler. So, I mean, there's just tons of stuff. And I keep going through and finding that they've got other cool products, socks and whatnot, that I just haven't put the design on yet because, you know, there's just so many things. There's my pitch. Go to techchucker.creator-spring.com. Check out my store if you're interested in any of these items. I'd be so honored if you bought 1, 2, 3, whatever. Christmas is coming up. It'd be a great present for one of your loved ones who loves dioramas. Maybe you like the show. I would very much appreciate it. Heck, I'd be appreciative even if you just come look at the store. There's analytics. I can see that people have checked it out, and I get excited just seeing that you looked at it. So there you have it. I hope you found something that you like. If not a big deal. But let's not waste any more of your time. Let's jump back into the showcase so you can go about your day. Next, coming from Small Scale, okay, what are we calling that? So it's Kieran, Small Scale LA or something like that. So, dingbat apartment buildings. I've never heard of a dingbat apartment building, but apparently that's a thing. So commonplace in LA that most people don't stop to think about how their presence has shaped the identity of our city. Therefore, I felt like these iconic buildings were deserving of joining my catalog of miniatures, now available for purchase. So if this is something you're interested in, by all means, reach out to them. So here is the original real-life reference, and here is the diorama. And I gotta say, you nailed it. It's basically like 100% looking just like the original. I love it. I think you nailed every aspect of it. Just getting the color tone just right is so good. The sign here with the star, the only thing you didn't do is you didn't knock off one of the things here, and that's totally fine. Just looks so good. You just really nailed this so well. And then here's another one. So this is some other apartment building. Wow, your skill set on this is just absolutely amazing. Look at the detail. I love it. And this overhead thing where it's basically a car park underneath, the concrete looks so good. It looks so realistic. You just, oh, wow, the talent on here. And here we get a little work in progress pick, a little paintbrush. This is incredible. I think you've just done a great job. Not seen pieces quite like this before, so I am digging it. Next, coming from Celebrimbor Forge. This is I believe it's a Lord of the Rings piece. Yes, Lord of the Rings, Gandalf, Bilbo, blah, blah, blah. I think this is supposed to be Smeagol, or I guess, Gollum, with the ring in that scene where he's down and he's got it just looks so good. I love this concept of this piece where it's just like a cube, but we're looking into, like we're peering in through this cave to see this scene, and it's so cool. There's some work in progress pictures here. So we've got the wooden box that you've created, sculpting in the cave look, and some more progress here. We've got the little stone that he's sitting on, the precipice or whatever. And I guess I wouldn't have expected that this was made out of wood, but you really did a great job. Just really digging on all the details. And then you can take this piece and slide it in. You've got the light shining down that you've got painted on there, which is awesome. Really adds to that effect. And now when you actually, I believe this is light, or maybe that's painted on, that effect. It looks like real light. So if that's painted on, even better, because it just looks so impressive. Oh, look at that. I didn't even notice before. This is water. So is that resin? It looks like it could be some sort of resin or epoxy. and it really looks good. Dang, you really did a great job on this piece. So awesome job. Next, coming from Creative Rich 77, this is a work in progress, so the painting update. I wanted to showcase this. It's a work in progress still, but there's a lot going on here. I like a lot of the details that you've got, especially this floor. That is really looking awesome. I just love the shapes that you've got with this tile work, and then this door also just looks awesome. These little accent effects look very nice. Just lots of great details on here. It's coming along very well. There's even some paint distress that you've got, maybe some water stains or whatever. I would almost, with these gold pieces, I would almost throw a little bit of a black wash on there to just tone that down a little bit more. You might be planning on doing something like that, but if it were mine, I would give it a black wash just to dirty it up just a hair and bring that gold down and give it a weathered look. But you don't have to listen to me if you don't want to. That is totally your prerogative. It's already looking awesome with all the details that you've got sculpted into this piece. So I can't wait to see what you come up with for the completed project. All right, next, coming from Tamar, Miniaturette and Miniaturette accounts. One more diorama for Halloween. Use styrofoam to create the stairs and plaster, which I carved for the floor. Okay, so since you're saying carved, make sure that you guys, please, I hope that you'll consider joining in on the sculpting challenge that I've got. I'll have a link in the description. I'm basically going to be talking about the sculpting challenge for the next month or so that I can get as many of you to join in as possible. I am going to do the prize, whether I got the 15 or not. I think I just need to commit to doing that prize. So hopefully that will entice some of you to jump on board and get in on the sculpting challenge. I know that you guys will be able to do it. I love, number one, the curved staircase. That looks awesome. We get a little bit of the wall here. That is also great that you didn't do just like a boxy look. You made it look kind of broken off. But we don't know, is it that the building is broken down or this is just the artistic feel of what you wanted to get? It's so cool. These little accessories, especially these pots, look awesome. I am digging on all of these little accessories. It just looks so good. And the size of it is amazing. Here's my question. These jars, where did you get these jars? I need something, maybe not this shape, but I always would love to have like glass bottles. And I know that you can buy different, like for dolls and stuff, these little accessories, and maybe that's where this is coming from, but they're sized so perfectly. So I'd love to know where you're getting these little bottles from. They look perfect. Here is, okay, so you did it out of foam, which is pretty cool. So you definitely could do the sculpting challenge. Like I said, love the work in progress pictures. Looks like sawdust to get that texture on that wall, which is awesome. So awesome job on this piece. Consider that sculpting challenge, all of you, please, because I think it's going to be so much fun. Okay, next up, coming from New Future Customs. This was a commission piece, doc for a mezco Popeye. Love that mezco Popeye. I hope that we get olive oil and, what's the other guy's name with the burgers? I forget his name. And the baby, that would be so cool. So this was my first time playing with resin and it worked really well. No leaks, no bubbles. Congratulations. The water looks awesome. I love that nice deep blue color. It really accents nice with the rest of the piece. The dock looks awesome. The rope looks great on here. You wrapped it so nicely. You don't see the edges and whatnot, so you hid those seams very well, which is nice. The door looks super good. Love this little handle. All of this just really turned out very cleanly, very nice. And you painted the edge black, which is great. Really just completes the piece. It tells you that it's done. Whoever it is that bought this is going to be very happy. We've got lights in here somewhere. There it is. A light for the little lamp. That turned out nice. Did you make this lamp or did you buy it from somewhere and, turn it into the piece that you needed? Got to know that. This barrel looks awesome. You did a great job with that barrel. Dang. And it opens, you can put stuff in. That gives you some more options so that whoever it is that's going to be displaying this, maybe they want to throw some fishing poles in there, or they want to throw some other stuff in there. They could put in like a little thing of fish to make it look like it's filled up, or they can just have the lid on. Some work in progress pics. This looks awesome. Yeah, I'm just really impressed with this. Next up, coming from Diorama Diaries, does some really good work, especially in that smaller scale. This is, let's see, big thanks for your support and kind messages. So this piece, it's kind of like a shadow box piece almost. Looks to be like a living room or something. Love the wallpaper that you've got on the back or on the wall. It looks awesome. And then we've got kind of like a panel wall here. There's some great accessories in here, like this little mirror and vanity like display area here. There's a little basket, or I don't even know what that is, but and the other thing, that it's also nice to just see some faces from time to time in these pictures so that we can kind of put together who it is that is creating these amazing pieces. So great picture of both you and the diorama. Let's take a deeper look into this piece. It looks like there's almost like a curtain over here. So is this actually like a bathroom or a powder room or something? It has a TV, which looks awesome. Again, I go back to the accessories. They look so incredible. Fun looking little dog. I'm just really impressed with this. So what is this room? There's not a lot of information on here to tell us what it is that we're looking at. So again, I go back to put as much information as you can in the description. Even if it doesn't have anything to do with getting on the show or anything, it helps us to know what we're looking at, because some of us, myself mostly, are very ignorant of what we're looking at sometimes. Other than I can see the talent and I can see the eye for just being able to take and make a miniature and turn it into something that's going to look so realistic. Just look at this piece. This, I'm wondering if you actually designed or made this yourself, because it's so impressive looking. I'm just really digging this piece, so great job. Next, coming from, I don't know how to say that. Let's hover over. Does it give us Nias Junaidi Abdillah? How close did I get? I hope I got close to saying your name correct. So let's see. It's sold, so just so you know, you can't buy this. But maybe you can reach out and commission something, because your work is amazing looking. I love the way that this turned out. The stonework, the water that you've got on here, some sort of resin or epoxy, looks awesome. This bridge, all of this just looks so impressive. And I loved just the presentation of it. So it's on this black board, maybe it's MDF or whatever, and it just makes it look like it's a museum piece almost. The foliage, the grasses, all of that just looks so incredible. I really dig the way that this turned out. The paint apps look great. The little path here, this is just really cool. So the scale, it's 1/87th scale, pretty small scale. Let's see, 16 by 29 centimeters. It's the 350, not sure what, so 2 kilo, I'm not sure what that's saying. Okay, so not a lot of other information, but that's fine because this piece looks awesome. I'm really impressed by your work here. So I hope whoever it is that bought it, and I can pretty much guarantee they are going to be very, very happy with this piece. It's very impressive looking. Next, coming from Simon Family Farms, this is super cool. So I grew up on a farm. We grew up playing with tractors, and I wish that we had something like this set up. We were just on flat carpet, and we had to make up stuff in our heads. Yeah, we had it like a barn here, but it was plastic and just nasty, dumb looking. But in our imaginations, this is what we had. This is what we saw in our minds when we played farm. And we grew up on a farm, and why would you play farm? Well, that's just because basically you're playing work. This is so impressive. This kind of is akin to the folks that have these giant train sets with just amazing terrains. Well, this is an amazing farm terrain, and I'm always impressed with the different pictures that you put out, and to be able to see this big display is so cool. I mean, I recognize so many of the typical things that you're going to see on a farm, and it's just, I love it. The silage, or it's just the tires holding the plastic down so that it doesn't blow away. That just, dang, it just brings me back. And we didn't have a farm near this big. We had one barn, we had a decommissioned silo, we had some beef cattle, we had a couple of fields. That's about all we had, but this is, I just love it. I absolutely love it. Next, coming from Okay Hobby Time. Now this piece is super impressive. Really digging the way that the stonework looks, the grasses on here, all of this just looks really, really nice. And then we've got the woodwork on here, and this is just very impressive. I think you've just done a great job. Let's go through some of this. So new video, this mine shaft was made entirely out of XPS foam. So there's, I think, some work in progress pictures that we're going to see here in a minute. Check out the YouTube channel to see the full process. This build included hills, wooden scaffolding, giant crystals, a medieval crane, and more. So I am going to have to go check this out because that's pretty impressive. And I'm going to go back to, if you made all of this out of foam, then I think you will have no problem with the sculpting challenge of just sculpting up a fire hydrant. You probably knock that out in an hour or two. So I hope you'll consider it. Let's go through some of these pictures. There's just so much going on with this. Okay, so maybe I'm wrong about seeing some work in progress pictures. Where did I think I saw that? I don't know. Maybe I was going through your profile. This is super cool. I love the crystals that are coming through here. Gives me kind of a Mythic Legions feel. And look at that, you even got a comment from Al Figures. How awesome is that? So great job on this piece. I'm gonna go check out, I'm gonna assume that the link to their YouTube, there it is, in the profile. So go check it out. I'm gonna go check it out today as well. And last but not least, coming from Diorama Quilla's Hobby, this, okay, let's see the translation. Thank you, Instagram, for actually doing that. Together, the diorama gives us angles like these. It was completely dismountable and is the first time. I do not occupy formula as a base. 95% is handmade, and the remaining percentage is only for some details I bought and added. Pleased to have some figures to agree to stage, but this time it shows itself as a whole. The diorama gives us a So I really, really like the detail of the walls with that kind of inset design in those walls. It gives it that kind of old feel. It's very regal feeling almost. And this table looks, or the desk looks amazing. I love that. But look at the floor. It's that, I think it's a herringbone almost style with the flooring. That looks awesome. I am really digging on it. We got a cork board with some sort of, the traditional, we're trying to solve a mystery or something. So I'm putting yarn to put things together. This just looks so impressive. And now when we get through to look at some of these pictures with the lighting, that looks awesome. I love all the little accessories to bring this to life. And look at the ceiling too. That also is looking really good. I love the accents here. That just looks awesome. Again, it gives it that old world style where they actually put some time and effort into the design of their buildings and the rooms. That is just so timeless, and I love it. It just turned out awesome. So thank you so much for sharing this out with all of us. Alrighty, there you have it, folks. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, the bell notification, all that jazz. Leave a comment below which was your favorite dio or dios. And also make sure that you go get involved in the Fire Hydrant Sculpt Challenge. Watch the video, understand the rules, and get started on your sculpt. And go check out my merch store at techchucker.creator-spring.com. Link in the description below. You can get yourself an awesome sweatshirt at a pretty good price, or grab a t-shirt, a mug. I got a whole bunch of stuff, like I said, so go check that out, and I will see you next week. Have a good one, everybody.